the capacity of the human mind to ignore or comprehend outside stimuli when you're occupied with something, or even when you're not occupied with something, but especially when you're occupied with something. And for me, genetics, whatever it is, God, man, if it doesn't matter what I'm doing, if I'm doing something and someone starts speaking, they're not even speaking to me, someone is speaking, I comprehend every word they say. My attention gets shifted to them, and whatever I have left over is what I'm using for what I'm doing. They get priority. Whenever someone starts speaking or something's happening, my mind is not able to zone in on something and zone out of something else. Like for anything, I can't do it like at all. And that's also why I don't like listening to music, because that's like music. I don't hear sounds and just get into the flow. I hear someone directly telling me things and what they're trying to get me to perceive or think in a very like, you know, as if there's no music. It's just the words. And someone's like, I was on a balcony, I jumped off something. And you're just like, I'm literally just listening to you like a direct. I'm just paying attention to you. And so it's just not the same thing. I listen to music. I'm like, can we just not have words? I just want to hear the vibe. And I can't just hear the vibe when there's words. Instead, it's like poetry. It's like you're reading me something.
What about listening to foreign music? Like listening.
I mean, that is it. If I listen, it's like you listen to something that's in foreign language. It's fun, because then I can be like, oh, it's just a flow.
I
It's
thought
a
the same
vibe.
thing. Like I don't listen to music when it's. If I ever listen to music, I'll listen to foreign music, because then I can just listen to the vibe.
The vibe,
I don't have to
yeah.
hear the words.
Because I don't have the capacity to block it out. It's literally, I'm just directly hearing what they're saying, and I'm analytically analyzing the meaning of the words.
Yeah.
There's no music anymore. There's just a
I'm
story.
partially analyzing it. I can somewhat listen.
I'm emotionally
but
analyzing too. But
if
yeah.
they have some crazy stuff in it, like it's hard to block out. Like especially if it just doesn't mesh with what I've, you know, if I'm listening to some hip hop thing, it just doesn't relate to me. So I'm like, I can't ignore these words because it's just, you know,
I can't ignore them at all, no
Yeah.
matter what it is. There's like nothing. So either I like the song from a poetry standpoint,
yeah,
like it's literally like I like it. It's poetry. You read it, and I'm like, I like that. I like the meaning of that. There was no guitar. There was no drum. I didn't hear any of that. It was the poetry. You just read a piece of paper. There was no music, but I like the meaning you said, and the music was, the flow was nice in the background. I was barely paying attention to because you were speaking to me. That was a big realization for me. I was just like, man, it's like there's other people that's like, because I know for her it was whatever it was we were doing, and it made me realize like for her for me the challenge is how do I not hear it, and for a lot of other people the challenge is how do I hear it. If someone's speaking to me and I'm watching something, how do I even stop what I'm doing and listen? I don't even know they're speaking to me. I can't even hear it. And then people wonder, like, how do I pay more attention? In my concerns, how do I pay less attention? I can't not listen. If you speak to me, even if I want to ignore you, I cannot do it. I'm going to hear what you say no matter what. Impossible. Literally impossible. Sound's coming in, it's going in here. Period. And
yeah. I can't think of a period where I can block it out. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like,
yeah.
I can't. I know what the feeling is because I have had like a really bad fever or something, and I'm struggling to stay with it. And I know they're talking, and I'm starting to just like lose it. Like,
yeah.
But
I've been violently ill too before. Yeah. I know what
yeah.
you mean.
Yeah, but I can't imagine being not violently ill and somebody trying to talk to me and me not hearing it, not breaking my concentration. No matter what I'm doing, it'll break my concentration.
It takes priority.
Yeah.
If someone's trying to communicate with me, everything else gets dropped.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what I'm doing. It's just, yep. Like God, when I was younger, I could play video games and talk at the same time. Now I can't. So someone starts talking to me, I just lose. I just do so bad. It's unbelievable how bad it is. I can't do anything. Before it was like I could do both, but it wasn't because I can ignore them. It was because I can actually just do both. Now I can't because I'm old. So now I just lose. So, kind of a problem.
Yeah. You had excess ability, and it was nothing to talk and play the game.
It was.
Yeah. Now you've downgraded from a.
Yeah. People get so bent out of shape when I'm like, dude, when I play whatever game, I never join the comms. I'd rather die. How would you ever win? By playing the game? Like, you ever think maybe you can just do it on your own? You ever think you don't need to talk to people? You ever think if there's a video game, you could just play better, just be better? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Some of it does help if you're on like.
It definitely helps, but if it doesn't distract you.
Yeah. Yeah, you positioning and stuff, information.
Mm-hmm. But also, like, a lot of times, if you, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like, a lot of times I don't need to hear what they're saying for the majority of it because I know what people are saying in a video game based on their character's body language. I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh, he wants to go in. I just know. Like, I just know when I see the way he's WSAD and moving around in a circle. I'm like, oh, he is just, oh, he wants that ass, dude. He wants in there. Like, you know, I could see it. I've played games so long. I don't need to hear him speak to me. I know what he wants. I know when someone's afraid, I can see it. I'm like, oh, God, this guy he is not confident at all. Like, that's why it's so fun whenever you're playing a video game, you play in the noob lobbies. You can it's so
feel
emotional.
So much to the player's actions, because we played World of Warcraft before,
Yeah. Oh my God,
and we would try to guess where the people were from, and oftentimes we'd get it right. We're like, man, this guy's from like New Jersey or something, and we wouldn't be in comms. We're just typing and seeing him like them move, and you can get the feel of it. This is a really aggressive player. Or this is not, and then you get the feel by maybe from how they're typed. They'll type some words or something, but just the feel of them when you come across as this is a guy who's from like, you know, this Midwest. This is definitely a Midwestern guy. Like we're playing with.
Especially if there's typing.
Yeah,
if there's typing. It's just the way he thinks, the way he moves, combined with the way he talks and thinks in sentences.
Yeah,
and you're like, yeah, this is. I forgot all about that.
WSADing. Speaking of that, like, I move like crazy in a game. Like if I'm just sitting in a lobby or something, I'm always just spinning in circles.
Yeah, I remember we played in Trophy, and man, you pissed that guy off so bad. He wanted us to be his little subordinates who would be like, yes, sir, and
you were stand and salute, and
and you were just spitting, jumping around, and he was just like, God, he hated you so much. Yeah,
and it doesn't stop because I'm just doing it for fun. So I just for an hour straight, I'll be sitting here. Well,
that's where we're really bad because most people are not like us. Where I'll sit there and I'll be like I remember like we were over and I had that what was it? I was handed by that little girl that thing. It was something you bang together, some noise I was making. I can't remember I don't remember what I was holding. I remember making a noise with it. Remember we were at birthday party or whatever.
So it was just like a noisemaker thing.
Some noisemaker thing or something, whatever it was. And I was like, you guys just messed up giving this to me. And I'm just like, I said it for like 10 minutes, just nonstop. This is forever now. And then finally I was like, I'm going to stop because I know that I shouldn't. Yeah, you guys are just going to let me do it, and I probably shouldn't do it. But no, I'll just sit there and just, you know, if it was me poking someone in the shoulder, I remember like poking my mom in the shoulder, and she gets so mad because it's just, hey. I'm not going to stop. I'm literally not going to stop until I get the next thing. Like, why would I stop? You know, or we go to a cat and just poke it and be like, hey, and it might take like 8 minutes, and finally the cat gets mad and starts swatting at me or whatever. But like, why would I stop? Most people, it's like trying to get a cat to watch TV. They'll look at it, and then they look away, and that's all you get. The same thing. You get, and they're like, make the noise, and they set it down. I'm like, what? Like, just keep doing it. Like, why would you stop? Why would you stop doing it? What? I don't understand. Like, or like, I'm gonna follow this person, like in a video game. I'm gonna follow this person. I'll literally follow them and do exactly what they did. I could do it for 3 hours. Like, why would I not just keep doing it? Why would I stop? You might get him to do it for like 10 seconds. How long you want me to do it? I'll do it. You know, do it all day. All right. Just copy you all day. Just right behind you. Just not stop. But apparently, as I've learned, that's rare. That's not a normal thing to feel that way.
Which it is an interesting thing because it's the same for me. You know, it's just, if I'm in a game, I can, like that. I don't know. I guess a normal person, they feel that they're wasting energy. You're just like, they get a feeling of this is a waste. Like, I'm not gaining anything from this. Like following somebody, doing something pointless, just pushing a button, go push. At some point, you know, a normal person's going, okay, what am I gaining? This isn't fun. Why am I doing this? They start to question it and then stop, break. For us, it's just.
I wonder if there's also like an element of focus. Like, I know I'm a very focused person. I think
maybe
you
we get
too.
Endorphins from doing something.
I just get endorphins from being focused on something. Yeah. So I'm like, wow, I'm being focused on something. This is fun. I'm just being focused. Yeah. But a lot of people being focused for a lot of people is like exhausting. And so they're actively avoiding being focused on something, which is also why, like, when people go to school, like, I know I had this thing, man. I just going for the lecture's an hour and a half. I'll just sit there and I'm listening to them, take it all in, every word. And you're like, all right. And I have good memory, so I remember most of it. I don't need to open the book. He literally told me everything. Take a few notes maybe, and I'm good. Most people, it's like, even if they're trying to take notes and things, it's like, they struggle with not being like, okay, it's been 5 minutes, and now I'm just like, oh man, you know, what if cats had 2 tails, and then, yeah, I gotta focus. Okay, it's been 2 minutes, and then next thing you know, they're just like, man, that time I went to the circus, and shit, and then, you know, and that's like a normal. Like, most people, they're in school trying to focus. Like, that's a lot of people. That's like what people would call ADD, but and people are like everybody's ADD, and it's like, well, it's pretty normal to be that way, but that is how a lot of people are. That's just human nature for a lot of people. I mean, I was the polar opposite. That was the most extreme because I remember being a kid and everyone around me, I was no chill, air quotes, and it was like, God, for me, I looking at people and being like, people be zoned out watching TV or just sitting. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Why are you not just thinking, moving, acting, moving, thinking, moving, acting, thinking? What is this zoning out thing? Like, what are you doing? What is this? And I literally couldn't understand it. Not until I smoked weed later in life. And then I was like, oh, whoa, this is what? I thought I understood. It was like telling a blind person what colors are. And they finally, oh, I get it. I know what it is. And then you open their eyes. Whoa, this is not what I thought this was, dude. What the hell? Like, whoa. Or like, what was another good example of that? Oh, I had a good one and it just slipped. Fuck. But yeah, it's one of those concepts. You think you know, and then once you actually see it, it's like when you talk to someone on the internet and you think you know what they look like, and then you see them and they're like 360 pounds and bald, and you're, oh man, I don't know why. I thought I don't know what I was thinking. Like, whoa.
Like I was saying earlier, when you play a game, you get the feel of them, and you get it completely wrong. Like, this is probably just a average person with like blonde hair, I imagine, and they're probably just an intellectual type. And you're like, nope, they're just an artist, and they're 250-pound artist with dyed pink hair, and wow,
dyed pink hair, yeah, exactly.
I was wrong.
Dyed pink hair with a dyed bright green beard.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
common these days.
So common, man. Yeah. The mark of the beast.
Yeah.